Love and happiness. But wait a minute, something going wrong. Someone's on the phone.
We are celebrating our 10-year anniversary. And what does that mean? We started in 2004. We were established a 501c3 tax-exempt faith-based organization in 2004. But prior to that, I saw a need. I saw a need for women to kind of come together and share what they were experiencing and kind of, you know, a support group is how we began.
But Tanisha seemed to have really gotten a good grasp of what women needed. And the thing that she focused on was developing a center, not a program, but a center where people could come, women in particular, could come to be exposed to the resources that are available in the community, because a lot of women just have no knowledge of what really is out there. Tanisha was passionate, she had a vision, and she was directed, I believe, strongly believe, by God to develop Jordan Community Resource Center.
And in 2004, what we realized was that more and more women began to come. And I said, well, maybe I need to just start an agency. Because I'm faith-based, I was, came from the background of church, it started off a ministry, a service. And then I said, but this is becoming something a little more.
And just having that structure, just having that support, just knowing it, believing it, and being confident of it truly makes all the difference in the world. So asking me how was my life before Jordan, it was just feeling my way through the dark, and then having Jordan as a resource, because on my best day, my best decisions keep me in a jackpot. So just having that confidence of knowing that someone's going to guide you and advise you, and they only have your best interest at heart at all times. And I trust that. I truly trust the process.
We did support groups at the Martin Luther King Civic Center. And what began to happen was more and more women started to come, and then they began to bring their children. So we had to have, instead of one room, we had to have two. And the women started bringing other women, and they began to ask questions that I didn't really have the answers to, like, where can I go if I need housing, and I need jobs, and how can I communicate better with my husband or my maid? And so it began to morph into things. And so I went back to school, and I began to, educate myself on how to better assist women specifically.
In our society today, there's a lot of misogyny, a lot of women bashing and crime against women. Obviously, the brutality that we've heard about in the news and may have even witnessed ourselves, it exists. And Jordan helps to eliminate it, heal it, and to revive those who've experienced it themselves, as well as children who've witnessed it.
Incarceration reentry efforts have been a critical issue in our community for some time now. In particular, the community is made up of 30% African Americans, but yet incarcerated individuals make up 73% of the prison population. So the work that Jordan Resource Community Center is doing is instrumental in making those numbers shrink. We, in particular, support the organization through efforts with their mentorship, mentoring young ladies as to how not to go down the wrong path from the beginning. But we also focus on efforts to get young ladies trained on how to kind of go back into the family environments once they come out of a situation.
And it began to morph again. And because I had strong mentors, strong African American women in my life who showed me a way and provided an example for me, I said, well, you know what? Let's start this off by doing mentoring. And so Woman to Woman mentoring program was established, and so we began to pair them with professional women. And it was awesome. We had our New Beginnings event where it was like New Beginnings, giving them the opportunity to go out to a retreat site and receive encouragement and support. And then we had the Evening of Elegance, and they transformed. We had some of our Mary Kay partners come over, and we got them evening gowns, and we gave them the opportunity to feel special.
The women who we help today are the exact women who I was one of those women who needed this type of help. That there really isn't a whole lot of resources for the women to actually say, okay, you're being released and come with me and I'll show you this. So that's what we do, and that makes the hugest difference and the most impact on most the young women today.
And so with that, I'm like, well, you know what? Many of them were complaining about or are challenged with finding and having a place to go, a place to transition, a place to live, because some of them were homeless. And that's when we started the residential component. We said, if we can get them in a place, it would be helpful to start them to rebuild the foundation, and they wouldn't have to worry about where they were going to sleep or how they were going to eat or being in a relationship with someone that may be abusive to them because they had nowhere else to go. And that's where the Transitional Housing Supportive Service came in. And my God, we've helped many women in that situation.
I was unsure about, how I was going to make those adjustments from an 18-year-old to an adult. And the Jordan House has made that transition as smooth as possible.
The house, which is becoming an organization in itself, morphed, and actually we now need more space. A little plug. But so from there, we got the ladies in the house, and we then prayed about it. They came there with no skills. They had no skills. They didn't have the skills needed to get a good job. They were missing soft skills. They were missing, communication skills. They were missing training. And so that's where Jordan began the workforce development portion. And so now we have a hospitality training. And so we developed that portion. And so now we have our workforce development.
Went out of her way to arrange for me to spend time with my daughter, who's 9 years old, and have that bonding time. And I have a place of employment now because of the Jordan House. It's only been a month since I've been out, and I never imagined that I'd be where I'm at now.
I sit here as a living example of all the benefits and all of the great things that if one allow themselves the opportunity to just be moved, just allow yourself to allow another woman to stand with you when you're standing for yourself.
We need more resources. We need more people. We obviously need more financial assistance in order to affect more people. Jordan has created a process where people can be made whole, people can be healed, people can change their lives and be transformed.
I'm glad that there's a place like the Jordan House for women who are afraid of the unknown and need that structure and need that stability. I feel safe there, and I just feel blessed to be amongst people who want to see you succeed and want to see you do well, and will give you the tools to help you reach your goals. And that's really it. I'm making it, and it's all because of my placement and where I'm at now in life, and it's only going to get better from here.
So congratulations on 10 years, and we look forward to our continued partnership for many years to come.
10 years of service. Wow, we've come a long way. I remember asking myself and praying to God, like, how many places am I going to have to move to? Because we moved to one place, but each place was a progression. And at each stage, there was a teacher there for me. There was a mentor there for me. There was a supporter there for me. And all of that showed me that this was not just a passion or a desire, but it was a need. And 10 years we're celebrating, and we couldn't celebrate without you.
Love and happiness. But wait a minute, something going wrong. Someone's on the phone, 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.